Hey guys, it's Adam. Welcome to November's recap. This month we had Black Friday and a couple of game releases, so let's talk about it. Okay, so starting with game releases, we had the God of War Ragnarok starting on I think it was November 9th, I believe. It also has that awful distributor sticker on it, just like some other games that I've got, so I'm too lazy to blur it out, so I'm just gonna cover it with my hand. So that's what I've got. This is the launch edition. I was thinking about buying some of the collector's editions or Jotnar editions, but I think those are insanely expensive. I'm sure the stuff that you get with it might mean that it's worth it, like that Mjolnir is really good looking. It might be a good value, but it is still expensive, which I didn't really want to spend this month, so instead I just got the regular launch edition. So after that we've got Pokémon Scarlet and Violet released. It's a really nice looking box here, reflecting my PC and my screen a little bit, but you can see, I think. It is the dual pack, so both Scarlet and Violet are in it, and I'm not sure if you can see it on the back of the box. Maybe I take a better picture of it and then you can see, but there's also steelbook in it. I've also purchased both games separately as well, because at the store where I purchased them, they were giving away these little figures for the starters, but they were only giving them if you buy the game separately, because I guess they were thinking that if you buy the dual pack, you get the steelbook, so they were giving the figurines for the single purchases only. So I decided to buy a single game in itself for the figurine and the dual pack for the steelbook, so I get all pre-order bonuses, and obviously I'm selling the one that I got separately. They were released on November 18. They are quite a bit controversial at the moment. We might talk about it a little bit later in the video, but that was also the day when Black Friday started in my country. So I've got a couple of games. Actually, I got quite a few games, but they were all like 30 to 50% discounted or something like that. So one of the games I've got was Demon's Souls. This is one of the Souls games, one that was released for the PS5 specifically. And if I'm not mistaken, this is an exclusive, so that was one of the reasons that I wanted to buy that. Obviously, I'm interested in playing it, but I'm definitely collecting exclusive games as a priority. So after that I got Ghost of Tsushima. It's the director's cut that was released for the PS5. I was thinking about the PS4 version because I think that was cheaper. The director's cut as well for the PS4, it was cheaper, but I kind of wanted to get the PS5 version so I didn't have to download the update and whatnot. And I also don't have the PS4, so I don't really need it to be playable on the older hardware. And I've got Spider-Man Miles Morales. It is the deluxe edition. Is it called the deluxe? I'm not sure. No, it's called the Ultimate Edition, alright. So it does include the Spider-Man Remastered. As you can probably tell, there is a little bit of an image there, indicating that it does include the Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered that was originally released for the PS4, but it has been upgraded for the PS5 with ray tracing included, I think. And I'm really interested in that, so hopefully that will be nice. Oh, I just noticed that I got some small indentations and scratches on the outside foil of this, or seal. I'm not sure what you call it, but this outside plastic seal. But anyways, the next game I got was Returnal, which was one of the launch titles for the PS5, which I haven't purchased yet, so that was the next on my list. I think it's a roguelike shooter game, and I have been playing roguelikes on this channel, so I might even play it on the channel, although I don't really have a capture card just yet, but I might want to buy one later on. It is on my list of things to buy, but I haven't got to it yet. So after that, I've got the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, which I also got for the Nintendo Switch when it released, but as I've seen, it runs pretty poorly on the Switch, so I've decided to pick it up for the PS5 instead. And I might end up selling the Switch version, or I might just keep it for my collection. I'm not sure yet, but I might be selling it. Alright, and I think those were the games. No, I got two more games actually. Let me show you guys those ones as well. So I think in previous month's recap, I was talking about how I got the Shadow of Colossus, which was one of the exclusive games that I was missing for the PS4 and that I was looking for the Last Guardian, but they weren't really selling it anymore. But this month I've managed to find a store which did end up selling the Last Guardian. This is unopened, brand new, so I'm very happy about actually finding this. And with that, I've also ordered Mega Man 11 for the PS5. For the PS4. I've played the first 6 Mega Man games on the NES, and I really like them, I really enjoyed them, so I wanted to pick up the rest of the series as well. But obviously the SNES and the PS2 versions are really hard to get, or they are really expensive, so I haven't been able to get them, but at least I managed to find the Mega Man 11 still brand new, unopened, which is also another game for the PS4 that they are hardly selling anymore, so I think I was lucky to find one. Alright, so those are the games that I've got this month. Obviously with Black Friday and with huge discounts on these games, I had to buy some of them. I mean, I was going to buy them anyways, so I figured buying them on a sale was just a better idea. So even though I purchased multiple at the same time, and I'm definitely not going to have enough time to play them at the same time, but with the sale I did save up some money in the end, so I think it was a good choice. And I also have this nice tower right now for this month's haul. But yeah, I did save up quite a bit of money on these, luckily, so I just need some time to actually play them. Alright, and with that we finished talking about my gaming collection updates, and I think let's head back to talking about the channel. Alright, so this month was a little bit harsh in terms of the channel and its performance. I didn't really have enough time to edit and upload the videos that I was planning to, although I did say in my previous recap that I might go down to just 2 videos a week, and I ended up starting the first 2 weeks with 3 videos each, so I was a little bit ahead, but after that I did go down to just 2 videos in the 3rd week, and in the last week I only released a single one, because I was quite a bit tired and didn't really have enough time to edit the videos, so I tried to not force it. I didn't think that would have been a good idea. So I'm going to release those videos earlier next month, and let's check out what happened this month. So since the last recap, I've only released, let's see, 7 videos. I should have released a little bit more, but sadly I didn't really have time to edit these videos. I was a little bit behind on my work, and also some family events and things like that. So that's all that I managed to do. I try to focus a bit more into next month, or try to get a bit better with my schedule. But anyways, for now, this is what it is. So we started this month finishing Rogue Legacy New Game Plus. I think it was the Legacy Plus 2 mode that we finished, and obviously with that we finished pretty much the whole game. There was nothing else to unlock after that. I've unlocked all items and all runes. I'm not sure if that was recorded. I think I've unlocked them later on, after turning off the camera. But yeah, I did finish Rogue Legacy. I think it was a really cool game. Rogue Legacy 2 could be coming up on the channel in the future. I don't think it will be in December, maybe, but maybe I can schedule it in the future. So after finishing Rogue Legacy, I've started playing Rising Hell. I've only played a single episode of that, and I don't think there will be any more episodes, or I don't know, maybe I'll try it, but I didn't really like it that much. I think it's a good game though. It's kind of cool, especially for this vertical element of climbing vertically in a roguelike instead of sideways like we usually do, or downwards in terms of like dungeon crawlers. And I think the developer ended up intending players to just play it a lot. Like, I think the developer seen the performance or the popularity of some other roguelike games, and he imagined that people would be playing it like hours and hours, and I think he ended up putting a lot of like farming elements into it. Like, you need to play this game a lot to unlock stuff, and I think that was probably because the developer thought that people would be just naturally be playing it, and he wanted to give them some sort of reward for it. So he ended up just making a bunch of farming rewards. And when you start playing the game and you are not sure whether you want to play it long term or not, seeing how much farming, how much playing you need to do in order to unlock even just a simple thing, I think that's kind of discouraging to actually play the game. I think you should have some easy to unlock stuff in the game, and later on it can get a little harder and harder, and you might need to farm a little bit more. But when you need to play like 6, 7, 8 runs of a roguelike just to unlock the first thing, I don't think that's a well-balanced reward system. I think the first few unlocks should be a bit easier, but anyways, I didn't really like this aspect of it, that I feel like I need to farm it a lot in order to progress through the game. So I decided to play something else instead, and I ended up starting playing Slain Back from Hell, which was the other game that was free on Epic Store at the same time as Rising Hell was. And Slain was actually a really cool game, I think. I've really enjoyed it. I have finished it since starting playing, even though I haven't managed to upload all the videos of it. I have recorded the full playthrough, but I haven't uploaded them. But I did finish it. I did really like it, but we might talk about a little bit that in the next month's recap. But for now we had 4 episodes. We've unlocked all weapon types and progressed through the game quite a bit. I think there are like 3, maybe 4 episodes coming up that I haven't managed to edit just yet. So we have a couple of videos for the December. I've also released another video that was 12 tips for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And to be fair, most of these tips can be actually useful for all Pokemon games in general, not just for Scarlet and Violet. The reason I put Scarlet and Violet in the title is because some of the tips are more specific or more useful when you actually start playing a new generation of Pokemon games that you haven't played before. And because Scarlet and Violet was just about to release, I think it would make sense that people would use these tips when playing Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, most of it can be very useful for any Pokemon game you play, even if you replay a game that you have played before. So this video took a long time to make, and it was actually kind of rushed in the end, which I think hurt the quality a little bit, especially in terms of performance and view count. I started writing a script for it like a month before actually uploading the video or so, but I didn't realize I was going to release it with the deadline, so I was just casually writing the script and, iterating over it, changing a few things, adding another tip, removing one which I didn't necessarily feel like was good enough to make a video about it. So I ended up kind of rushing the video out, not necessarily rushing or not necessarily in a way that it would be hurting the quality, but I was definitely finishing it in a little bit of a rushed manner, which I think was hurting more of the editing and the B-roll rather than the script itself. Most of the script was finished when I was making this video. I think there was only a couple of things that I've changed or improvised when recording the video, but most of it was actually finalized before I started recording. However, I was very late when I realized that I should be releasing a video where I talk about tips for playing Pokemon games right when a new generation of Pokemon games is about to be released. I didn't think this through in the beginning. I didn't think I would, I didn't connect that I should be releasing it prior to that or near the release date of the games. And I think I was about like 5 days before the release of the games when I realized, oh, wait, maybe I should be uploading this video just before that. So I kind of rushed it in the end, but I think I ended up making pretty much what I was thinking about making or what I imagined. It may not be as good quality as I hoped for, but I mean, it was my first talking head type of video, so I guess there is a lot to learn, a lot to practice, and hopefully I will get better in the future. However, editing this video was very last minute. I released it on Thursday morning and I was starting to edit it Wednesday evening. So you could imagine that it was very, very last minute. I ended up editing the video until like 6 in the morning and I've started pretty much 6 in the evening previous night. So it not only took a very long time, but I was awake for I think close to 24, not 24, but like over 20 hours. I was very tired, I was very exhausted by the end, and that actually hurt the view count of this video, sadly, because I was rushing the thumbnail. I think I started making a thumbnail for it at like 5:54 or something like that in the morning, and I was very exhausted. I just wanted to get this out, especially because the next day I had work, so I had to get up to work. So I kind of rushed the thumbnail, which was, well, I guess not really clickable. So I decided to make a new thumbnail the next day after work with, a little bit of sleep. And I came up with this thumbnail that I have currently on the video. Luckily, it actually did improve the performance of the video, as you can see on this graph. YouTube luckily did start pushing a second wave of suggestions to viewers. And I think the click-through rate actually improved with this new thumbnail. So it's a good lesson to learn that the thumbnail is not something I can really rush, because it might make the video drastically underperform, and if it underperforms, then YouTube stops suggesting it to people, so it underperforms even further in the end. But anyways, that's a good lesson to learn. Making B-roll for it was also happening the previous night of uploading this video. I think that took like 3 or 4 hours at least. I had to download XCOM, Enemy Within, and Darkest Dungeon to make some B-roll footage from those games. And I also didn't really have a save game prepared for making a B-roll, so I had to play the game a little bit in order to just get to a point where I can record something that makes sense for the video. So that video was very exhausting to make, and when I saw the next day that I only had like 10 views on it, I was very bummed out. It actually made me lose a lot of motivation for this YouTube channel, and that is definitely one of the reasons why I only uploaded one video last week. The second reason being that I just didn't really have enough time. And I think I could have released at least one more video if I really wanted to, but making this 12 tips video made me lose a lot of motivation. I did get burned out a little bit, which is kind of funny when I was making a video about avoiding burnout and I ended up burning out. Although the two topics were not necessarily related, obviously, but anyway, it was just a funny coincidence. So anyway, let's start talking about what's coming in the next month, because we ended up not finishing Slaying Back from Hell. Now we have a couple of videos coming for that. We are going to finish it on this channel. I actually did finish recording it, so I just need to edit and upload them. So those are going to be the first, I think, 2 weeks of December. And after that, there is obviously Christmas, so I'm not sure what I'm going to play after it. Maybe something Christmas related, I don't know. or maybe I'm just going to take a break and freshen up a little bit and get back my motivation a little bit as well after a nice rest. And I'm also thinking about making more of these talking head videos instead of just making let's plays. I think even though it kind of burned me out due to the very short deadline, I feel like I did enjoy making that a little bit more than just playing a game. So I might start making those kind of videos a bit more. I actually have a few ideas already, but we'll see if that's something I will have time for. And other than that, I'm not sure what's going to be the next game on the channel. I was actually thinking about playing Pokémon Shield or Pokémon Shining Pearl, because I did play Pokémon Sword and Brilliant Diamond, but I haven't finished my Pokédex, and obviously I'm going to need the exclusive Pokémon from the other titles. So I'm thinking maybe I will be playing those games on the channel. I think that would be a good combination because I would want to play them anyway to get the exclusives, and I can just make a YouTube video out of them, right? So I think that would be a win-win. So I might start playing some Pokemon games in December and early January as well. And I think there will be a couple of talking head videos as well. Or maybe not a couple, but maybe just one or two. But we'll see how much time will I need to actually finish them properly, because for obvious reasons I don't really want to rush them again. Other than that, like I said, Slain Back from Hell is continuing, and I think I'm starting one of those Pokemon games. Alright, and other news, I think the only game releasing in December that I'm interested in is Need for Speed Unbound. I'm not sure about these special effects that they are doing this time around, whether I will like it or not, but I guess I will have to try to see, right? And I don't think there are any other games releasing in December that I will be interested in. Let me check the pre-orders quickly. Well, a Final Fantasy game is going to be released, which might be something that I'm interested in on the 13th of December, but I don't see anything else other than Need for Speed Unbound. Oh, Callisto Protocol is also releasing this month, but personally I don't really like horror games, although Dead Space was really appealing to me in the beginning. I played it a little bit, but not much. And because Callisto Protocol is made by I think the same developer, or at least a lot of people from the development team of Dead Space, I believe. Or even if I'm mistaken, at the very least it is a very, very similar game, according to the screenshots and the trailer. So I might actually end up playing it, or just giving it a try. I'm not sure just yet, but it's a very good looking game to say the least. So anyway, and that's it for this month's recap. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, although this isn't necessarily meant to be an entertaining video. It's more of an informative video for returning viewers, which I seem to be having at least one. So thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying my videos. I will try to improve my schedule in December so I can upload more videos and with better quality hopefully. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time.